The magic of software is the change agent that improves our world and reshapes our world. And that vision is probably more true today than it was then. Back in the early days when I said software is important, if I had 50 people in the room, I was like, yeah, we're making progress here. Today, somebody can raise billions of dollars for a new AI company with just kind of a few sketchy ideas. I think I was lucky that my belief in software made me unique, or quite relatively unique. Just believing in AI, that's not very unique. So I would have to develop some unique view of how you design AI systems, something that other people didn't get, that even they were like, oh, that's crazy, that's wrong. If you're just going with the mainstream, like, okay, AI is important, there isn't much value added there. So I hope my young brain, would see AI and say, oh, the way those things work is so stupid. And, I'm encouraging young people at Microsoft, OpenAI, wherever I find them, hey, here's the frontier. And, because you're taking a fresher look at this than I am, and that's your fantastic opportunity. In my 20s, I didn't believe in weekends and vacations. So, that was kind of out of control, how I push myself. Now I, take vacations, I play a lot of tennis. My view of success was very much Microsoft-centric. Back then, it was just, is my code really good? Does it work? Fortunately for me, as that ownership became valuable, now I can define my success in terms of empowering other people, sharing what I did wrong, what I did right, and providing my resources to things like malaria or climate change, where the normal market mechanism doesn't work in terms of, what society's priorities are. And so I can take the fact that I'm so lucky to have many billions and take, 95% of that through the foundation, through Breakthrough, and spend it. So it's a much more generative, less 24-hour-a-day view that, am I a net adding value, which in global health, has been very successful. The climate work looks very promising, and I'm just super lucky to be in a different phase, but still able to feel like it's making a difference. I think I've got at least another decade that I'm working pretty much full time. The foundation will celebrate its 25th anniversary next year. Actually, Microsoft, its 50th. And the foundation, we haven't got rid of polio. We haven't got rid of malaria. And I'm very, very committed to those things. We want to cut childhood deaths in half again, from 5 million to 2.5 million. So at least 10 years, if my health allows, working at this level, I'd say. Hopefully it'll be more like 20 or 30. My friend Warren Buffett still comes into the office 6 days a week at age 93. So, I hope my health allows me to be like Warren. Misinformation is the one where I a little bit had to punt and say, okay, we've handed this problem to the younger generation. My naivete that when we made information available, that people would want correct information. Hearing my daughter talk about how she'd been harassed online and how her friends experienced that quite a bit, brought that into focus in a way that I hadn't thought about before. We have contexts where we want correct information, like hopefully when we want medical advice, but then we kind of like in our community and enclave having shared views that we should have free speech, but if you're inciting violence, if you're causing people not to take vaccines, where are those boundaries that even the US should, have rules? And then if you have rules, what is it? Is there some AI that encodes those rules? Because you have billions of activity, and, if you catch it a day later, the harm is done.